Now, here's my question, and I hope you read my column entitled What Joe Knows on BillO'Reilly.com. But if you read the column, you'll come to the same question that I have arrived at. Is Joe Biden a socialist? Did he change somewhere along the line from a capitalist who has a beach house in Rehoboth, Delaware, a nice Maine residence in Delaware, and I think he's got a couple of other places too? So has he changed any? He's never had a private job, never really did that. His wife's an educator, but they got millions of dollars worth of property, but a lot of these politicians have that. So you trace it, comes back to books, lectures, things like that. Okay. So now Joe Biden is basically telling the world, I'm going to govern from a far left point of view. There's no doubt about that. There's no one can deny that. I mean, I guess Jen Psaki could try because she denies there's a real problem at the border. So I guess she could. But President Biden is governing from the far, far left. And the question is he a socialist? Because the progressive left is generally that. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, you know the deal. Okay, so let me throw up three things right off the bat. So this week, as I mentioned, the president's going to go to Pittsburgh on Wednesday. He's going to unveil his Build Back Better program. Now, all this is a massive amount of spending. That's all it is, government spending. So you got $2 trillion on COVID check relief, okay, and other pork. And then you got 3 trillion, boys and girls, for the Build Back Better plan. Hasn't been passed, all right? So that's $5 trillion of money the government doesn't have. The government doesn't have that in the Treasury, doesn't have it hanging around, doesn't exist. It's $5 trillion. It's a lot of jack. So where are they going to get it? All right? Well, he has to get it from we the people. Unless he's going to sell California to the Chinese. All right? That raised a couple of trillion. But I don't think he's going to do that. So he's got to get it from you and me and corporations, and he's got to go into the infrastructure of capitalism and get the money from us in order to pay for this. That's what socialism is. That the strong central government tells you and me how much we can have, how much we can keep from our efforts in the workplace. The government tells us how much. And the socialists say, not so much. No, we want most of it. So corporations basically can go overseas. That's what Trump did. Trump dropped it, I think it was 28 to 21, and he demanded and embarrassed corporations. You could come back to the United States, make your stuff here, hire people here. And it worked. Definitely worked. So now Biden wants to reverse that, just like he reversed the border policy, and bring it back up to 29 for corporate tax, in addition to all the taxes they pay to the states and the locals and all like that. There's an interesting debate going on between Amazon and some of the far left kooks. And Amazon's just listening. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to show you what the debate is. So anyway, President Biden wants the $5 trillion, and he wants to take it from us. So what is that going to mean? I'll tell you. And because this is why you watch me. This is right in your personal zone. Okay? So the first part of the Build Back Better bill, 2 parts, is going to be green. It's the Green New Deal, essentially. Okay? Stop global warming, which it won't stop because of China and India. We've already known that. Everybody knows that. But we're going to do the Green New Deal here. Doesn't matter what they do, according to President Biden. So there are going to be funds given to people who build energy-efficient homes. So they'll get money. All right? Constructing new electrical power lines. All right, that's not a bad thing. I'd like to see all those power lines go underground. Investments in clean energy, I don't know what that means. The federal government doesn't know what it means. I remember Solyndra. I mean, come on. But they're going to give billions of dollars to develop clean energy and funding to build millions of new energy-efficient homes and retrofit existing buildings to increase efficiency. So there's going to be a lot of money flowing out of Washington into private hands, and God knows what those private hands are going to do with the money. Nobody can keep track of this. Now, the second part of the Build Back Better bill is giveaways, okay? This is what they call income inequality. If you're not making a lot of money, if you're living in poverty, Biden's crew is going to just give you as much stuff as possible. So it would spend heavily on education programs meant to increase the participation of women in the labor force. I mean, you know, I think women make up half the labor force now. All right, expand subsidies for low and middle income Americans to buy health insurance. That's Obamacare. We already have that, okay? And tax credits aimed at cutting poverty, particularly for children. So it's basically you're going to get everything free if you're below a certain income level. Everything's going to be free. Government's going to pick up the tabs for everything. Your food, your housing, your daycare, your education, everything. That's what socialism is. And that's what Biden wants.